Thanks for clicking on over. I'm Ariane. I am an options day trader. I like to sell credit spreads mainly. I like to do so on a 0 DTE time frame, and I love the ticker symbol SPX, which of course is the S&P 500. I feel like that was my day trading dating bio. Anyways, okay, I have been selling credit spreads for many years, but for the past year, I have been trading a very specific strategy. I use what I call the opening range breakout. It's possibly the easiest strategy you'll ever learn. I'm going to show you the results of me trading this for a year. I have talked about this trade many a time on my channel. I talk about it every single day on my Instagram if you follow me there. But let me show you the results of trading this consistently for a year. I recorded the trade that I took this morning since it was my year anniversary of trading this trade. So let me share that with you now. I believe the recap is about 3 minutes long. Good morning, everyone. It is a 6:47 Pacific time, 9:47 Eastern time. I have marked off the high and the low of the first 15-minute range for SPX this Monday morning, and we're getting pretty close to breaking the downside. So I am going to choose the strikes of the call spread that I am going to trade, expecting further downside. I like a 5-wide vertical spread that gives me around $1 in credit. And so I usually start looking at the strikes that are around the 20 delta. So this morning I chose to go, you see my little alert goes off that it broke the downside. And so I'm going short the 38.90, 5-wide for 80 cents. My order gets filled right away. This is what my filled order looks like on my monitor tab. And now I'm going to copy the order so that I can put it in copy and paste format from Thinkorswim to Discord. And so, I'm just letting my members know that this is the strikes that I took, and at this price and at this time. And now I'm going to set up my buy to close trade. So I'm going to make sure the contracts are right, and I'm going to do the math. My profit target is 35 cents. And so 80 cents minus 35 cents would be 45 cents. And so you'll see me set up that order now. This is what the order looks like from my monitor tab while it's working. You'll have to ignore my P&L on the screen because I had closed out a trade right at the bell that I had entered last week. And so this is what the market looks like right now. I will check back in a few minutes. All right, it's 7:22 Pacific. 9:22 Eastern. This is what the market looks like. The mark is at 57 cents. And so I am just waiting for a fill or waiting to get stopped. My stop loss rule for this trade is 1x. If the premium touches $1.60, then I will cut the trade. So I'll check back in a few. Right, it's 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and this is what I would consider a long orb day. I would say the average time in trade is about 30 minutes. So we're going on over an hour. This is what the chart looks like. This is what my spread looks like. I'm about 5 cents away from filling, but I'm just not getting a fill. And so I need to step away from my computer at 8:15 on this day. So I'm considering just taking it off here at 50 cents. I wait a few more minutes. I come back at 8:15, and this is me canceling and replacing my order for 60 cents. And so I'm just going to let this work a little bit and then check it from my phone while I'm on the road. All right, I set that order at 8:15. It ends up filling 4 minutes later at 8:19. I was not in front of my computer when it did, but there's that filled order. I'm recording this later on in the day. The net gain on that trade was $200. Just a quick note, had my original profit target been 20 cents, I would have been out of the trade way sooner. Or I even had the opportunity to take profit at 30 cents and I didn't. I like to keep my profit targets consistent, but obviously there will be days when other factors change that. As I mentioned at the beginning, I've been trading this exact strategy for a year now, nearly every 0 DTE day, which came out to 217 occurrences. I'll go over how much I made and break that number down by months, but before I do, I just want to give you my overall thought. Hopefully you've figured out by now that there is no such thing as the right strategy or the best strategies. Many strategies will work. Many strategies will make you money. The right strategy for you is the one that you can consistently stick to. And I just feel like you have to try lots of things to know like what works with your trading style. I'm able to consistently stick to this because of a few reasons. It has very simple entry and exit rules. They aren't heavily defined by technical analysis. It's more like a candlestick formations. That's really what I'm focusing on. It triggers every day around 7 a.m. So I'm not spending hours in front of the computer waiting for a scanner to pop off a ticker, waiting for some candlestick pattern to show itself to me. Once I'm in the trade, I'm usually out within 30 minutes, max 2 hours. And yeah, I mean, it's important to me not to be chained to the computer for many hours in the morning. I'm a mom of 3. Even this morning, I had to leave because I had to take my daughter to gymnastics. And also this strategy, I can manage it pretty easily from my phone. So that's important to me too. All right, let me show you how much money I made trading this the last 12 months. Hey everyone. Okay, I gotta be honest, going over numbers like this makes my brain melt. So I'm gonna do this as simply as possible, the only way I know how. All right, I have shared this particular spreadsheet many times throughout different YouTube videos, and it's available to all my members. I've emailed this to many of you guys. Anyways, I have tracked basically every single trade that I took since I started tracking this. The first trade here is July 9th, 2021, all the way through today, July 11th. And this is the trade that I went over earlier in the beginning of this video. So I just basically took all those numbers, grouped them by quarters, and here's what I got. Unfortunately, I think what kind of like skews this is that I didn't take the same number of contracts throughout this time. You know, I started small because I really did not even know if this was like a viable strategy. So that's that. I traded this 217 times. I won 185 times. That's a win percentage rate of 85%. This is my total P&L for the year for this strategy. The average number of contracts is 6. The average margin required per contract is $400. Where did I get this? The width of the spread was always 5. That's $500. I mean, to get the margin requirement, it's 500 minus the fill price, which on average was $1 or 100. So 500 minus 100 is 400. So on average, every trade I used required $2,400 of my money. And from that $2,400, I made $24,310, and that gave me a percent of 1,013%. If I didn't calculate that right, or if that is like, I'm not a hedge fund, guys, all right? So I don't know if that was like the correct way to figure out my ROI or my return on my buying power, but that's what I got. I also was like, okay, if I started with $5,000 and I made $24,310, my average percentage gain would be 386%. So there's that. I don't know. I don't ever hardly look at the numbers like this. I just, am I making money every week? Am I making money every month? Yes, I move on. That's how I operate. Okay. All right, lastly, I didn't go over it in this video. It would be too long, but there are days when the opening range breaks to both sides. And when it does, I call the second breakout the second breakout. And my win rate on the second breakout is 92%. If you are a member of my trading community, Axe Options, I post my entries and exits live in the forum, and I also go over the trade details in a quick recap every day. If you're not interested in a monthly membership, but you'd like a deep dive into this strategy, I compiled all of the recaps from recent weeks into one area where you can see the winners, the losers, the double breakout days and how I traded them. And I also linked my trading log there so you can follow it. I'll keep it live and or make a copy for yourself. So thank you for watching, friends. Stay disciplined, and I will see you in the next one.